the Brooklyn Nets, according to our buddy Matt Moore from the Action Network, he says that the Nets have received offers up to 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, who's a nice player, right? What would you say he's an underqualified first option? I would say I don't look at him as being, if he's your best player, he's your number one option. I don't know how good you are. I think
they're not very good right now.
Right? So, and of course, and the New Orleans Pelicans have been known to make a quote unquote serious offer for him. I don't know where we're supposed to go with Mikal Bridges. I don't see anybody paying the freight on those first round draft picks. Once again, and I think we need to drive this home, Jake, is that with the top end of salaries growing, having cost control on first round draft picks where players will routinely overperform their deal if you made the right pick. Think of it in the way you think of NFL teams. That's the way you should probably start thinking of NBA teams and draft picks. There was a period of time where a team would get rid of a draft pick as quick as possible. Didn't care, didn't need it. Give me the player that's the certain production. Now it's going to be the other way around. Well, they were really valuable a few years ago, and then they turned out not to be. But now in this new CBA, luxury tax world, second apron world, first round draft picks are going to be like gold because they don't take up that big of a percentage of your salary cap. As the cap continues to rise, rookie contracts will rise with it, but it won't rise at the level where it's going to take up such a huge chunk. So if you're not getting 5 first round draft picks for Mikal Bridges. But if you're the Brooklyn Nets, what's realistic for them?
Yeah. I haven't heard New Orleans made that offer, but I can say that I've been told the Nets have gotten offers of 5 picks for him, which to me, I'm just looking at this objectively. That's a pretty damn high, evaluation.
Are we talking about 5 unprotected picks or
I don't know
conditions?
that. I don't know that.
Okay.
But regardless, I mean, that's a ton of capital to the point where you do start to wonder, man, should Brooklyn have thought about that? And then the Houston stuff, which I definitely have confirmed that they approached Brooklyn about doing some type of combination of multiple picks plus Jalen Green, where the line of demarcation went between no Jalen Green and picks versus Jalen Green. How many picks would he have counted for type of thing? I don't know that. Because I don't think the talks got very far, because to the reporting that's been out there, that what we've said as well, I wrote this in my Friday notebook, like the Nets do not want to move him. They are telling every single team. They've been telling every single team since the moment they acquired him back from the Kevin Durant trade. They were getting offers of 4 and 5 picks dating back to last February.
Wasn't Memphis a team that offered a lot of first round picks for him?
I believe so. And I think a lot of the offers that are potentially out there for him might be a little outdated, because maybe we can use this as a shift into just Brooklyn in general, not just him. Like the Nets are kind of straddling the line of buyer and seller, just like Utah is. I think they're a little bit different than Detroit, just being that they're not the worst team in the league, but they definitely have, I think, more pieces in place than the Pistons, I'd say. Nick Claxton has proven to be a playoff caliber starting center, but he's up for a contract extension or a new contract this summer. And the early word is that he wants, north of $25 million a year, which is a pretty penny to pay. And you've got Spencer Dinwiddie expiring. You've got Dorian Finney-Smith. You've got Royce O'Neal expiring. I think the Nets are starting to be described to me by rival teams as similar to how the Raptors were conducting their business for the last 18 months with Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby and Fred VanVleet, where they're just like throwing out these asking prices that teams don't really necessarily think they're going to get. The Dorian Finney-Smith 2 first-round picks that has been their price that the Nets have said they've gotten. I believe that to be old. I believe one of the teams, to your point, was Memphis back before they went and sent picks for Marcus Smart. And I think one of the teams was Indiana back in the draft last year when the Pacers had 3 first-round picks in the 2023 draft and were trying to figure out ways to not use all of them. So I don't necessarily think that the Nets are going to be able to get these exorbitant asking prices that they're listing for all these guys. And maybe that might be more wishful thinking. We'll see come Thursday if the Nets were right to be holding the line so firm or so high, or if they'll be more willing to come down. Because like I think, for example, if Phoenix can't get Miles Bridges, Royce O'Neal for 2 seconds, to me, I think both sides of Phoenix and Brooklyn would have to look at that and think that's a good deal. Because I don't think any team right now is trading a first-round pick for a veteran that is on an expiring deal.